Welcome guys. I do have one announcement, but let's present the players first. We have in the color red playing as the Holy Roman Empire. It is Sas against his opponent playing as the Rus in the color blue. It's RecoN. Welcome everybody to another Age of Empires 4 casted game. Hope you are enjoying those games. Hopefully they take a lot of time to make, but I do enjoy them as well to make them. It is really fun. So remember I mentioned I was working, I was planning to work on the Mansa Quarry for a project in Unreal Engine 5 where we could see the Mansa Quarry from the Malians, but how it will look when, you know, with a realistic graphics and the lighting and everything, because you know in the games you have a lot of limitations, especially RTS. You need to optimize a lot of stuff because there will be a lot of stuff happening on the string. So I was thinking about how will the Mansa Quarry will look in a, you know, if graphics were not a limitation. And I can say that a few days ago I just started the project, and I'm having a little bit of doubt because basically I don't know if I should share the work in progress, because you know with art it usually is the last 20% that the last 20% it's 80% of the work, and also the 80% of the visual quality will come from the last 20% of the work you do. So I've been doing 3D for many years, probably like 12 years or more, and basically I'm hesitant to share this in the community because sometimes, you know, some people like to see the work in progress. To be honest, I do save the work in progress because I see it myself just to compare, like, okay, how was it looking yesterday, what does it need to improve, and just keep working on it until, you know, it's called a complete piece. Now I plan to finish it like in a couple of weeks, but to be honest with this kind of things you never know, because to be honest the best answer I can give you is like when it's ready, it's ready. But I should say that it's coming along nicely, and especially with the third-person mode where you can play inside the game. You can actually play it as a third person, and you can see the Mansa Quarry, and you can walk and everything. So it's gonna be very, very cool. I'm gonna share obviously the exit file so you can play the game as well on your computer. Obviously, it's gonna require a little bit of a, you know, not a potato PC. You will need something nice to run this, but in any case, it's gonna be on YouTube, the highest quality I can possibly record this. But anyway, let's get back into the game. Hopefully, the Mansa Quarry it's as good as I announce it now, because it's quite an important project to me. It's quite an important project to me. So I will keep you guys updated on these casted games about the Mansa Quarry. You see the Kremlin already here between the gold and the berries. Gonna be having in the back or anything, just at the front. Be nice and safe. Meanwhile, RecoN Chapel with 5 villagers next to the wood line. Not getting any other resource, unfortunately for him. The next resource will be here, and that will be a little bit more exposed, so you're gonna put it in the back. He's actually thinking about going for a second town center, most likely, and we will see the villagers here going out for the wood, which is it's a good idea, because you can put the RecoN Chapel here. I mean, after the stone is finished, you can just move the prelate there in position, and all these villagers will get a buff and will gather the remaining wood. But looks like 2TC is coming for Sas. Let's see how RecoN reacts to this. I don't know if he has information about this. He went for, actually, well, he went for 3 scouts obviously, but Sas went for 2. So both of them should be having a lot of intel in case, you know, a scout dies, gonna make another one. You always have another one, another backup there. Like, is this a main gold? It is. It is so far. It is so far away. What kind of gold is this? But sometimes it happens in these spawns where the gold is just so far away. The sun also far away. The berries, no, they are in range, but they are berries. Yeah, but this is very funny to watch. Very, very funny to watch. Looks like RecoN. It's gonna go for a fast castle. Actually, it's not gonna be thinking about an expansion. It's like, okay, my opponent going to TC. I can either go for a second town center myself, or I could punish in a way. Like maybe I can get the relics first. Maybe I can, you know, take down the second town center. There are multiple ways you can deny this decision, and looks like Fast Castle going up for RecoN is going to be the play. Fast Castle, a very, very popular strat this season. We see a lot of players just doing a Fast Castle build, and part of it comes with the new civilizations and the way they are played. And I think the patch is coming in a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks is coming, a big patch, and I think it's gonna be great. There are gonna be a lot of changes. I'm looking forward to see all those changes. I think it's really exciting. It's really exciting to see what are they gonna change, because I remember where the town centers were like having more tiles range for attack, and also can garrison up to 10 villagers, and also had more HP. The developer said they don't want to make like going for a second town center like extremely mandatory for all the players, so they are reducing the, you know, technically they're making it weaker, so less people go to TC. Well, now more people are going Fast Castle. I wonder if they will do something about this. Meanwhile, RecoN going for the Abbey of Trinity. He's not gonna be, actually he still can get those relics if he goes for the High Trade House. He still can get those. His opponent is nowhere near aging up, and you know, can call the militia if things get a little bit messy. But I think he should be very safe to get those relics up. But obviously with the Abbey of Trinity it's gonna be much safer, and it's gonna be quite easier for him, definitely. But he's giving up a lot of passive income for that goal from the High Trade House. Torching is starting to happen. Look at this. We just witnessed the transition between Dark Age Spearman and Feudal Age Spearman. A little bit of armor, a little bit of more muscle, a little bit of gains. With Barrow coming up for RecoN, and we see the Abbey of Trinity. Gonna make the first warrior monk. Gonna start grabbing those relics. While Sas thinking about getting some emplacements. Having 11 villagers on gold. Needs to rush up that castle age. Let's take a look at the income per minute to see how is he gonna do. He's probably gonna wait about a minute until he can age up. Still plenty of time for Sas to actually get some relics for himself. And now the question is, what will Sas choose? When you age up before your opponent, normally going for Regnis is kind of risky. You don't want to have like a Regnis with no relics, right? Even a Regnis with one relic, I don't know if it's really worth it. Compared to the Burgrave, where you can have a lot of tempo, especially when your opponent is just Fast Castle, he doesn't have any unit. A flood of man at arms can actually give you some advantage for some time. Oh. Barracks and archery range coming up for RecoN. Meanwhile, Sas just guarding those relics, while RecoN just sending that man at arms. Look at this. This guy is cold, man. This guy is really cold. Look at that. Like, what will win? A single man at arms, or I think the man at arms has no choice here but to wait for other people to come. Meanwhile, it's gonna be the Regnis Cathedral going out for Sas. He still has quite a lot of chances to get those relics. Managed to deny some relics for some time. Not enough units for RecoN to defend those relics, unfortunately for him. Going for the Abbey of Trinity and getting no relics is like going for Regnis, but no relics as well, right? It's kind of like it's a monastery. You need the relics there, no matter what. It's like this monk is gonna get that relic, but the door haven't been made. Looks like he needs to delete this. Never mind. It's like we don't delete stuff. We just gonna build it. Just gonna build it really fast. Regnis Cathedral about to finish. I have a couple of relics next to each other. By the way, guys, let me know if I move the mouse too far. It's the consequences of actually playing the game. You move really fast, and it's good when you play, but as a viewer experience, it's not that good. It's not that good. Man-at-Arms just gonna tank everything. More Man-at-Arms coming here. Meanwhile, a knight coming for Sass. Looks like he has to trade here. I mean, he wants to get that relic. He has to deal with this army, and he lost quite a few crossbows here. But all for nothing. The prelate just came, and why did you fight this army if you're gonna lose that relic anyway? That's unfortunate. That's the beauty of the game, the beauty and the curse. Looks like they actually, hey, I thought we were taking this relic. Wololo attempt. Looks like he will have to. Never mind. Warrior monk gonna get that relic, and looks like he's gonna get away with it. It's like that's the beauty of the warrior monks. They are very fast. Looks like RecoN at the end of the day made actually quite a good choice for going to the Abbey of Trinity. I already have 3 relics, and looks like he's gonna get a 4th one. And indeed, a 4th one may come soon. 5th one, I believe. Yeah, 5 relics for RecoN. It's gonna be a tough one for Sass. This is a sad Regnis Cathedral, a cathedral without gold. Pretty much well like the ones you see in Latin America. Meanwhile, stun coming up for RecoN. Probably thinking about, you know what? I need some stun. Probably get a 2nd town center just to catch up, play safe. You know, just you can actually play the economy game. These guys are playing the economy game. It's like go for an expansion. I get the relics. Fair. That's fair. And now you go to TC. Well, I also go to TC. And obviously things are not black and white. Like it's like you go to TC, I do go to TC, because there are a lot of passive bonuses that both civilizations have that you need to take into account, such as the prelates inside the Acre Chapel. They will boost the economy of all those villagers, which is something you need to consider, obviously. But in any case, both players playing very, very defensively. We're not seeing kind of like a huge aggression or anything. Just, you know what? The relic game is over. Now what? Well, for the Holy Roman Empire, without relics, it's really hard to rush Imperial. It's just really hard. It's not a good situation. It's really not a good situation. And he already have a 2nd town center, so he's not really in a rush for having that villager advantage, because he does have the advantage. Now he needs to cause some damage. Now it's gonna be hard, like, considering the Rus have a very defensive landmarks such as the Kremlin and the militia you can call, and the wooden fortresses. This kind of it's a very strong civilization. I think this is the one I want to try next. I was thinking about Delhi or Rus, just because I mean they so cool. And Rus actually have one of the best soundtracks in the game. Normally you don't hear the soundtrack in the game because, you know, it's your focus on playing the game, which is, I can agree, it's sometimes very intensive, but it does have a beautiful soundtrack. I highly encourage you to listen to it, because it's very well made. It's very, very well made. Looks like Man-at-Arms already coming here. No upgrades yet for Sass. Let's take a look. No upgrades yet for no heavy maces. Never mind, this is a H4 upgrade? It is, right? Or it's not. It is not. It is not. This is not H4 upgrade. There you go. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, looks like Lancers will come here. Well, Knights. I don't really know what's the difference between a Lancer and a Knight. I really have no idea. Looks like these 3 guys was enough. Were enough to take down the fortified palisade wall. Look at this guy. It's just like going for a walk. Well, let's take a look at SAS base. As usual, the farm transition around the Acre Chapel. Get quite a lot of gold. And I don't know if his plan is going to Imperial. Looks like he's not. He's gonna stay in the Field Age for a while. I already have those upgrades coming up for him. A couple of those, actually. Am I blind? I don't see the upgrades there, but I don't see them here either. What am I watching? Is this a bug? Am I blind? This is a blacksmith? Oh, there you go. Huh? That's weird. That's weird. Anyway. Oh, looks like I chose the blacksmith that is not getting upgrades. That's why it didn't show up. But heavy maces is coming here. Which is actually there is a guy who's making videos about obviously Age of Empires 4, and he's making those simulations where what will happen between Abu Geisha against knights, or you know, there was one about like Holy Roman Empire man-at-arms with heavy maces against French royal knights with royal bloodlines. And I'm not gonna spoil, but I'm just gonna say that these guys are really strong, really strong. I'll make sure if I can see, if I can find him, I will put a link in the description, just so you can go follow him. It's quite fun to watch. It's always like gambling, like who's gonna win, and you see a lot of unpredictable results. Meanwhile, RecoN, second down center already there. Gonna mine more stone. Probably thinking about a keep somewhere in this map. More man-at-arms coming for the SAS. He does have a big military mass. You just need to take care of be careful of the mangonel. And I think he can defend this. It's just gonna be tough. These man-at-arms are quite tough. Sprinkling placements actually in the Kremlin. That's it? No, it's not. Yeah, oh, it does have sprinkling placement. Meanwhile, man-at-arms getting shot by those crossbows. There's quite a lot of crossbows. Meanwhile, it does split, send some man-at-arms to kill some villagers here. Meanwhile, the mangonel just following those crossbows. Exactly what he needs to do. Looks like he will be able to defend for some time here, and looks like numbers for SAS not looking really good at the moment. It wasn't really such a good fight for him. There's plenty of crossbows for him, though, but there isn't any man-at-arms for RecoN, unfortunately. Last two range armor coming for SAS. As well as capturing the sacred sites. Like, you know what? You may have taken the relics. Let me have at least the sacred sites. You have a couple of those already. Probably gonna send another prelate here. Sprinkle going out for RecoN. I said the Rus looks very looks in a really good position, despite, you know, having a lot of villager disadvantage. He does have 5 relics, so keep that in mind. That's quite a lot. Quite a lot. But I'm gonna capture the sacred site, meanwhile these guys are going for a raid. Long distance wander detected. More siege units coming from RecoN. At this point, you really need a lot of siege. Siege can really like win you battles when you have the military number disadvantage. They really do. And looks like SAS having a couple of sprinkles for himself. I hope it's enough. This is, I mean, they do have equal number of sprinkles, but it all comes to the micro. Like, if you have seen BC micro in those siege, he can use like 6 sprinkles, micro all of those to kill yours, and suddenly he has like 5 sprinkles left and you have 0. Like, and you had like maybe more than him. It's amazing the speed of this guy when he clicks. It's truly amazing. Truly a master. Looks like the raiding squad only gonna get arrows. And the villager will finish the wall, fortunately for him. like horsemen are starting to get into the mix of SAS. Looks like these are a lot of crossbows, and looks like he lost the Springle here. Gonna take down the Ruse wall. Is there something going on with this wall? Oh, it's destroyed. No wonder. And RecoN rushing a keep in the front of the base. This is a key position because this is the shortest distance to reach into the enemy base. So when you put a keep here, you force him to go for somewhere around, and he already have some walls here, so he's very well protected. Very, very well protected. Meanwhile, far economy looking really good for him, but it's sad to see the Holy Roman without any kind of relic. Looks like he's going for some stone walls for himself. Springles are gonna snipe the snipers. Who needs military units when you can use Springles? And looks like the wall is not gonna get finished. Although SAS, with 98 villagers, should be able to have enough units. He indeed have a lot of units. Just needs to take a good fight, and there is a keep here, so you gotta be careful. You gotta be very careful. Actually, a keep can be a good project for making 3D too. It could be. It could be. I will think about it. I will definitely think about it. Walls going down here, gotta be careful. You don't want a raid happening out of nowhere, and looks like it's gonna go down in the top, meaning those horsemen will be there to cause some chaos into RecoN's base. Never mind, this horseman is like, you take too long, man. You just go through the front door. RecoN gonna react on time. You're not gonna lose any villager to this. Like he will be, you know what? At least I will torch this wooden fortress. Now this wall is very important. This wall basically stops RecoN from sniping this trebuchet. With having a Springle here, you cannot shoot over the stone walls. So that's something you need to keep in mind. It's like horseman. We continue to go for a raid. RecoN has to send some crossbow to deal with this. A couple of trebuchet already going up for SAS. It looks like he's gonna put a keep of his own here. And as well as an outpost. He does have a Springle in placement. Unfortunately, no relics for him, so it's gonna be like a regular outpost. The keep almost going down. Gonna try to take down the Magon. It looks like he will take down at least one. Trebuchet just attacking from distance. It's never a good time to be a Holy Roman without relics, but you know, SAS is pulling it off. SAS is pulling it off, and now he's on the base. There is no other defensive structure here other than the Kremlin. Militia gets called. There are plenty of them, and looks like he does split. He's gonna send the army to kill some villagers, and let's see what's a villager count after this, because looks like there's gonna be a little bit of chaos. There's plenty of mangonels coming out for RecoN, so make sure you don't lose them, because these guys are just gonna save you. This crossbow is just protecting the mangonels at all costs. Meanwhile, RecoN sending more horsemen. More horsemen. Like that's all you need. That's all you need. You ain't got no gold? No worry, we got the horsemen here. And especially when your opponent has so many crossbows. I think RecoN just thought like, hey, my opponent is playing the Holy Roman Empire. Of course he's gonna go man-at-arms. But unfortunately for him, he didn't. He actually went for the opposite. He went for horsemen. Another siege workshop coming up for RecoN. Looks like he's gonna get another Mangonel. Mangonel is actually keeping him alive, and now he's gonna go for a counter attack. But remember, there is a keep here, so he needs to consider this decision. Not enough frontline for RecoN, unfortunately. So you need to be careful with those crossbows. Trebuchets is gonna be attacking some of these units. And looks like SAS will continue to push. Crossbow numbers still looking good for RecoN, but there are plenty of horsemen here. You don't want to fight against those more mangonels coming up for RecoN here. This is a beautiful choke point. Beautiful choke point. This is what one of you guys made a comment about. Like I asked if you like this map or not, and one of the reasons you like it is because you have this choke point and you can just have this exactly this feeling, like this siege battle coming across to the other side. I guess that's pretty unique to this map. Well, RecoN lost quite a few villagers on that raid, so he's gonna be behind on the villager count. Meanwhile, SAS probably thinking about aging up. Already almost pop cap. Plenty of units on the field. I'm pretty sure you need to finish those stone walls, but the Springles, he thought the horsemen were not there and the Springles are going down. And the Springle is the only salvation for RecoN, otherwise these skirmishes are just gonna take down everything. He lost all the Springles, only one left on the field. Who knows where it is? There you go. The only smart Springle who didn't went out in the map. And now SAS is going for it again. Now with those Lancanet, actually, they could potentially take down those crossbows if they manage to hit them. Those Lancanet are 1% fate, 0% probability. But if they do, they do actually get quite a lot of damage. Militia gets called again. It looks like the Springles are going down. And is this gonna keep this Elspatch Palace coming out in the front of RecoN space? This skip has everything. I think has all the... just so much health. So much health. And now RecoN back to 4 military units. I don't know if we're gonna see this beauty, because it's a beautiful model. It's a beautiful model. And RecoN taps out. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see the H4 landmark, but hopefully you had fun. I certainly did, and I will see you in the next one.